Did you hear what Did you guys hear what Charles Oakley said about Giannis Antetokounmpo?
No. He's great?
No, how he would have, if he had played in the 80s and 90s, he would have ridden the bench. Like,
what?
Exactly. And then people were saying that in a league where Giannis is riding the bench, Charles Oakley wouldn't even be allowed to play in because he wouldn't be good enough.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I know. I'm like, if Giannis played back then, he probably would have been even better because his skill set matches better.
Think about this. This guy makes a living in running to the basket and dunking.
Exactly.
And imagine if you could do that and just bulldoze someone over and not have it be a charge.
Exactly.
And he's already one of the best defenders in the league.
And if he could be more physical...
no one would be able to score on him.
Exactly. Think about him
kidding me?
guarding Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, that would be...
Good
Jordan
luck,
would have
MJ.
such a hard time getting around 6'11", 7'6" wingspan.
Jordan's master move was that turnaround fadeaway. Giannis blocks Anthony Davis's turnaround fadeaway.
And he's
4
inches taller than
But
Jordan.
AD's the same height and has, I think, a longer wingspan.
No,
or does
Giannis has by like 2 or 3 inches.
They're both freaks in nature, though.
Yeah.
But if he can do that to 6'10" Anthony Davis...
Exactly.
Now, I know some people in the comments, but Michael Jordan could blow past him, he'd be faster. You're forgetting Giannis has an insane reach and could block the layup.
And what it takes Jordan to do 3 steps in, Giannis could do in one. Literally.
So...
I heard that and I was just
we are not saying Giannis is better all time than Michael Jordan.
Obviously not. But it just goes to show you.
If Giannis was on that Utah Jazz team in the 90s...
Even replacing
Karl Malone, I think the Jazz have 2 championships back-to-back, and they probably win maybe 1 or 2 more.
Because imagine Giannis having John Stockton as his point guard.
Oh, the lobs, the passes.
Oh, my.
Charles Oakley, you need to get your facts straight, okay?
Exactly. I think he would have been better, won more MVPs already probably, and just been more dominant. It would have been like him and Jordan would have been...
Yeah, it would have been the Bulls in whatever team Giannis was drafted to.
Exactly.
Okay, and Giannis would have been the number 1 overall draft pick because big men were always picked first.
Big men and the only reason he wasn't was because he couldn't shoot. He can shoot a little bit.
But if he's playing in the 80s and 90s, he would be told not to shoot.
Exactly.
You only shoot in the paint. He would be like a better version of Sean Kemp, who made a living just dunking the ball and blocking shots.
Or he'd even be like how Shaq was.
Yeah.
Like,
frankly, he probably would be like Shaq.
So I don't know what.
I'm sick of these old heads saying that these guys back then couldn't play today. Now, granted, the all-stars of the 80s, 90s, 70s could play today, but the bench...
No.
Would not even... I don't know that they would play Division I basketball.
Exactly.
That's no disrespect, but that's just... testifies to the evolution of the game, too. Look at Hamidou Diallo. He dunks over Shaq in the All-Star game, and what team does he play for now? Is he even in the NBA? I don't know. I don't know. But guess what? If he does that in the 70s or the 80s, no one's talking about Dr. J.
Exactly. Because the athletes in the NBA are just better today. That's no knock on
back then. It's the average overall player level is way more elevated than back then.
Because medicine's advanced, the technology on how to take care of your body's better, just the workouts are better.
And people are just, players are expected to be able to do everything. So when they're young and developing their skill set, they learn how to shoot threes.
Yeah.
Back then, back in the 80s, if you were 6'8" or 6'10",
you didn't ever take a shot out of the paint.
Yeah, you don't ever even develop that as a skill set. Now, you have to have that to be a bench player.
Yeah.
If you can't shoot threes and play defense as a bench player, you're not in the NBA.
Like you see DeAndre Jordan just got waived.
For real?
Yeah.
Why did they
The
waive him?
Lakers just waived him, and they signed DJ Augustine.
I'm going to need a minute. All right. Well, Rob Pelinka continues to prove his phenomenal management.
Yep,
The Warriors.
GM of the year.
The Warriors front office should take note.
But I'm just like, and it goes hand in hand. A big man who can't shoot gets waived.
I guess that's true. Yep.
So, and if you already have Dwight Howard, who's that, I guess he's.
Well, they should waive him too. Why didn't they keep DeAndre Jordan? He's at least younger.
Well, yeah, but I think Dwight Howard's way better.
For now. Way
Like,
better. Way better on a scale of DeAndre Jordan versus Dwight Howard.
I think Dwight Howard.
I also would like to put this in. It has nothing to do with anything, but Dwight Howard should have been in that top 75 celebration over Anthony Davis.
Well, and I totally lost my train of thought.
Anyway, sorry guys, this video's a little random,
in.
but don't disrespect Giannis.
Yeah, don't.
Or any
the players now. Yeah. Any All-Star now could have easily been an All-Star back then.
Yeah. And I also would second that any All-Star back then could be an All-Star now.
Because they would have developed a different skill set to play now.
Yeah. It's the bench. Bench players back in the day would not make it today. Bench players today could be starters.
Yeah, easily.
Back in the 80s.
Some would probably be All-Stars.
Oh, yeah. And some would even be perennial All-Stars.
Yeah. Like... That's just how the game goes. And we'll be in 20 years, we'll probably be saying the same things that we are now about the players that are playing.
It is our goal to not become the old heads.
Exactly.
Where we're like, man, back in the day. Yeah.
And not hold LeBron to this pedestal and everyone else can never reach him like people do with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, well... Was his competition even as hard?
Yeah.
Or, like, I feel
like...
Did
he make 8 straight finals?
I feel like
I'm still waiting for anyone to do that besides Bill Russell.
And I feel like, LeBron went against Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. If he was going against...
Kawhi Leonard.
Well, yeah, but if... That's on one team.
Oh, yeah.
And if he was going against Stockton Malone...
Hey, don't forget Byron Russell would be guarding him, and he'd probably win Finals MVP.
True, yeah. Or Gary Payton and Sean
Kemp. Hey man, the glove.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Or Charles Barkley and
Kevin Johnson.
But he's not like a perennial All-Star, was he?
Yeah, Kevin Johnson's number's retired.
I know,
but to check his facts.
But, okay, well, still 2 All-Stars.
Oh, yeah.
Not 4.
Well, and one shaped the NBA that we play in now, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Changed the landscape of the whole NBA. Well, and
they're both in the top 15 players of all time.
Yeah.
The only other team to have...
100%.
Well, like in the list ESPN released.
Oh, wow.
And the only other two... Like, the only other duo in that range is...
Probably Magic and Kareem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I'm like... So, pretty much the best team ever. I think we can... The most talented team ever.
This is a video for another time, but we will discuss who the greatest NBA team ever is that would never lose a playoff series.
Yes. So, but... I digress.
Yeah. Anyways.
Our goal is to not... put anyone on that high of a pedestal because the game changes, players get better.
Yeah, I think you always need to look at what they accomplished in their time that they played and what everyone else was doing at that same time. And like, how many All-Stars were on the team. Yeah. That they played.
Or even you could do Hall of Famers.
Yeah, Hall of Famers. How many Hall of Famers? Because even
like... Okay, the Heat had 3 Hall of Famers when they were going against the Spurs.
But they had 4
plus a Hall of Fame coach. Well, I guess the Eric Spoelstra will probably...
Eric Spoelstra will make it, but it's a Hall of Fame coach going against the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, well, and Eric Spoelstra was still super young then, so... Like
that's true. He's
he kind of got to where he is now because of that.
Yeah. Holy crap! So the Miami Heat right now are the Spurs of the 2000s.
Whoa, it's kind of true.